Shit, piss, wank.
Turn it off.
Fuck, bollocks, twat. Hold on. That's it. That's better. Sorry, someone had the microphone in the correct position. See, was that worth waiting for, really?
Yay!
Can everyone in the room hear me?
Yay!
Can the people at the back hear me? It's a bit tough shit if you can't. I mean, if you were better friends with Tanya and Martin, you'd be sitting here, you'd be able to hear everything. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today to help Martin and Tanya celebrate their wedding. I'd especially like to thank everyone who's travelled quite far. Although if you'd lived a bit nearer, you wouldn't have had to bother, would you? I'd also like to go on record and state I'd personally like to thank the bride and groom, and anyone else for that matter, that's put their hand in their pocket for this event today, because I find myself standing here fulfilling this role and I haven't had to put my hand in my pocket.
Hey!
Anyhow, I really, I'm here to say a bit about Tanya, so I might as well get on with it. I mean, she might be asleep by the time I finish. But it's only page 1 of 4, you might as well settle in, have a drink or something, I'll be around. Ah, yes. Well, funny enough, it was about 10 years ago, almost to the day, a couple of weeks back, 4th of October 2002. It was a Monday. That was when I first clapped eyes on her there, I'd already met Martin, because funny enough, we had an assessment the week before, and he was sat under the stairs and we sort of exchanged pleasantries. He had hair then, I didn't, so anyhow, there we were, went to the assessment day, and all 3 of us, we were in training for a month. No one knows why, because it didn't take a month. 2 weeks top spring, but they dragged that out for a month, so that's great. But the training did fly by, so things got to do that. Anyhow, to be honest, I can't really remember much about the early meetings. I mean, if you want to know what they thought of me, you can ask them afterwards. But I can't really remember what I thought about Tanya and Martin, because I was just there concentrating on doing the job. Anyone who knows me knows that I am like that. Yeah, I was probably had a split or two there as well. But hey ho, But anyway, over the following weeks and months, obviously I got to know Tanya and Martin better. Well, sitting on the same bank of desks. We'll do that for you. Obviously you have the banter, and she's great at it, But then it sure doesn't it? So, after a while we thought, sod this, we went on a few team nights out, as you do, because when you have a job, they would say, oh, team night out, I don't really like it. Because to be honest, I can't stand that, I've got to go out with it. Present company accepted, of course. From you. I can't stand you. Anyhow, but to start with, when we had these team nights out, because we were a bit younger, Tanya was in her 40s, I think. We used to do things like bowling, quite energetic. No, it's just verbal, just But most of the parties, as anyone that knew Tanya back then, it was basically a drinking competition between me and Tanya. And I used to like to think that I always win because I was awake the longest. And if you're still awake, you're the winner, in my opinion, anyway. But anyhow, obviously the months turned into years. I might even get that around the right way at one point today. And so we started, most of the time it was parties around Tanya's, or we go into town, and it was good. I've lost my way now. As you can tell, because I'm just filling. Yes, and so, as I say, me and Tanya used to have drinking contests, it was all good. The only bad bit about it was, Matt and Jamie, you have to apologise, boys. The amount of Sunday mornings they come downstairs and there'd be some half-naked, bald fat blokes sleep on their couch. And young eyes shouldn't have to see that sort of shit. Anyway, after a while, we just thought barbecues, the bowling, the parties in town, parties around Tanya's, it wasn't doing it for us. So we thought that we'd start organising weekends away, as you do, you know. So I'd just like to tell you about a couple of incidents that happened on those weekends away. They're quite funny, I think, but the only challenge is half of you have probably heard them before. But anyway, we'll press on. Now the first weekend we organised, this was way back, I can't remember when, 2004, 2005, and we decided that we were going camping in Gloucester.
Oh my God.
There was only, I believe, 7 of us that went camping.
But we stayed awake.
There was Tanya, Martin and Mac in a lovely 8-berth tent.
Which was mine.
You know, there was me and my best friend Mark in a little 2-manner. And then
Tesco's bag on the top.
with a Tesco's bag on the top because we forgot the fly sheet. And then there was a couple of our other friends that most of you know, Mark Umney and Natalie. And they were also in a 2-man tent. Now, there was only 2 things memorable about this weekend. The first was the rain, and the second one was a penis. Now the rain wasn't all that funny at all. In fact, the rain was hideously unfunny. Because me and Mark in the one tent had sodden clothes, sodden bed sheets, everything. Mark and Natalie in the other 2-man tent, same. These 3 bastards in a lovely 8 to 10 man tent, you know, double blinking mattress blow up, single mattress, you know, and they didn't even invite us in to get out of the cold and wet.
You couldn't fucking afford it.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. On the Friday night, we just got there, tented up, had a few beers. Saturday night, we decided to have a real session. As you know, we couldn't do anything because of the rain. So we just went down to the supermarket, got a couple of crates of beer in, away we go. All sat there, drinking away, you know, just chatting, a bit of music on your iPod, whatever. Eventually, as happens, you know, people drop off. A few of the lightweights decide they're going to bed, Martin and Matt. So eventually you had the 3 mainstays up, me, my mate Mark, and Tanya. For some reason, Natalie was still awake. We don't know why, because Natalie's not known for being the life and soul of the party. But anyway, all 4 of
Meow.
I said something incorrect. She's not here, is she? Anyway, so of course, you know, there was only 3 of us left and Natalie. And so we thought, what can we do, you know? Mac's asleep, Martin's asleep. So Tanya says to me, I think we should draw a penis on Martin and Mac's head. And so of course, my friend Mark started goading me, you do it James, I started goading him. This went on for about 3 cans of beer because nobody wanted to do it. So in the end, while we were all still arguing, Natalie just went, fuck this. She got the marker pen, she went up to Mac, and she drew a cock and balls on his head. But the thing is, that isn't the funny part of the story. Because we sort of carried on talking, and as you do, finishing the beers. Martin then decides to stir. He gets up, he looks around, yeah, I'm awake, oh hello. And he looks at Mac, sees this big dick on Mac's head. And so of course, what did Martin do? He was like full on. He was doing it so much that we thought he was going to wake Mac up. And eventually he realised we hadn't actually done anything. And it was lucky because I think, from what I remember at this point, Mac did wake up. But no one said anything. And so of course, it stayed there all night, and quite luckily, I wasn't there in the morning when he woke up, walked all the way to the washing complex, passing that, what, 5 people? It was that old cop on their face. So anyway, that's the first story I have to tell you about Tanya. You know, obviously, we did a few more trips here and there, but the best trip we had, well, no, the second best trip we had, actually, we went, I can't remember where it was in Wales, but we went to a lovely cottage. Well, I say cottage, it was more like a mansion. It had about 14 bedrooms, a rooftop garden, everything. And so, of course, Friday we got there. We arrived there at different times because we were travelling down in 3 different cars. Me and Mark got there first, so we had a few bevies. These lot all turned up. Friday night, pretty uneventful. We just had a few beers, went round the town, whatever. Saturday night came. Now what we decided to do, being the sort of people we are, is that we decided to have a posh barbecue. Yeah, that's right, yes. Nicholas Mortis, that's right. So we were going to have a posh barbecue, basically dressing up to the nines, but eating the shit food that's cooked properly.
Don't cook, Daddy.
And so all this was going well, you know, we had all the food, had a load of beer, and we're talking around in this front room. It's got a piano, so we were all like drunkenly pretending we were playing the piano. But anyway, Tanya, being Mrs. Deadweight, Tanya goes to sleep, bang, blackout woman. She decides to black out on the couch in the front room. So of course at this point there's only about 5 people up, me and Mark are still up, because we're kipping downstairs. in this 12-berth house, there was 12 obviously sleeping places. On the Saturday, Duncan and Diane came down, making 14 people in the place. So me and Mark are on camp beds in the kitchen, which is about 5 foot from the door.
3 meters from the window.
We tried to push Tanya up to bed, but as anyone who's ever seen Tanya asleep when she's pissed, you can't move her. You can't do anything. Nothing at all. She won't move, you can push her, you can pinch her, you can put some dynamite under her, she won't fucking move. So we decided to leave her there. And me and Mark went to bed, as I say, about 10 foot away from the front door. This was, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. A couple of hours later, Tanya wakes up from her stupor, I think it's a cigarette. So she walks outside the front door of our lovely 10-berth mansion. And it's shut behind her. She didn't worry about it at the time, she just had a fact. Because there was supposed to be a key just outside the mat or under the brick. Of course, we'd taken it in when we got in. So of course, at 4:30 in the morning, Tanya's banging on the door. Because me and Mark are asleep, not 10 foot away. Now Mark's deaf in one ear, and he sleeps on his good ear, so he wouldn't have heard it. I was that pissed and stoned that I didn't hear anything. And I think it took 15 minutes of her banging on the door for either Cheryl or Nicola to come down from the 2nd floor to let her back in. But you see, that's what comes of drinking, Tanya.
Not with you and me.
Now, to be fair, I do have one more story. An even better story of a trip we went on as a group. We had a fucking amazing time, the best time we've ever had as a group. You know, we went to see a castle, we drank some of the local ale, which is pretty popular, I think. Oh no, hold on a minute, Tanya didn't go to Cork, did she? It was during 1 or 2 of these away days that we had, about, I don't know when they first started thinking about it, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You know, as you do, when people have been together 4 or 5 years, you start talking about the M-word. And we were talking one night. We were talking one night, as I say, about 4.5, 5 years ago, and we got round to the subject of marriage. And that's when Tanya said that if she ever got married again, she'd like me to give her away. Now, of course, I thought she was joking. As you do, you know, it's a Saturday night, you've had a few beers. You just think, yeah, she don't mean that, you know. So I just said, yeah, straight away, as you do. Why wouldn't I want to give her away? But anyhow, this, you know, I just thought it was a joke. I honestly did, I just thought, yeah, there's no way she'll me give her away, you know. There's probably plenty more important people in life. So of course this went on for, I don't know, a year, 2 years, 3 years. And I suddenly realised that she was fucking deadly serious. And I started shitting myself. As you can tell. You're alright. That's it, yeah. No, over on the last page. Fucking.
Woo!
Get beer after this. Great. What's this last page say? Drink. This might be the bit you have to get out your hands.
Oh.
Fucking hate. No. So now you see, now I knew when she was serious, and I thought about it a bit, you know. I thought, well, how proud can one bloke be? Me, you know, as a bloke, I'm talking to the blokes group now, so the women can shut your ears, you see. It's the feeling you get when you first go on the potty by yourself. It's also the feeling you get when you first tie your shoelaces. Yeah? And also, when you score a winning goal, or a try, or a touchdown, or whatever you want to call it, in a game of sport. And do you know what? It was even better having my first erection on my first wet wank.
Woo, James!
If anyone has tried in any or all of those things, I feel deeper pride being asked to give away Tanya today. So, to sum up, we're getting to the end. We've almost made it. Almost made it. There's nothing else funny, so you can fuck off. So, just to sum up, I'd just like to say that over the past 10 years, Tanya has become a really, really personal and close friend of mine. The kind of friend that has even come to football matches at Leamington, just to have a chat and a beer with me. When I know that football isn't really her thing, I don't know, men in tight shorts maybe, but football generally, not really her thing. You know, she's the kind of person, well, she'd do anything for you really. I mean, to be honest, I've had a shit 4 years, as has Simon, my brother. Dad passed away 3 years ago, Mum passed away about 8 weeks ago, and of course in between times, I only died twice, I don't know if anyone knew that. I think I might have told a few of you in a couple of times.
Some of us.
You know, but through all that shit, Tanya welcomed Simon into our group of friends, because obviously when I was ill in hospital I couldn't speak to anybody, so he became friends with most of you in this room through me. So he's got no friends to say. But anyway, so that's it really from me. But if I can offer any words of advice to Tanya, I'd just say look after Martin, because he is a wedding virgin. So that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can please be upstanding to drink a toast to the Madgen group. Sorry, the bride. So it's the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
And that's it from me. So I shall